You guys, it is crazy that the SEC did it again. They had finally approved this Bitwise ETF. Now we're getting a little bit of pullback from Bitwise. Let's break right into it just to kind of know what's happening. So you guys, basically the SEC approved it yesterday and then it got suspended. I believe the suspension actually came from Bitwise. So not a big deal. We can't really blame the SEC on that one, but it does list the specific 9 crypto. So we've got BTC, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Sui, Chainlink, Litecoin, Polkadot, and Avalanche. And basically, the SEC's latest decision was regarding the Bitwise ETF. And this is their second cryptocurrency-based hybrid ETF approval. The reason this is such a big deal is because the ETFs, every time an ETF gets approved, there's a lot of new liquidity entering these markets, right? Because what basically the ETF does is it buys these assets as people buy the ETF. Right, so that's just basically spreading liquidity in between all 9 of these at the same time, which in tail will give them bullish momentum, right? Now, the negative to the situation is Bitwise did just suspend its ETF approval. They might know something that we don't know. Now, the good news is at least that the SEC has approved it through its own Bureau of Trading and Markets, right? So that's really, really, really good. Right now, they are reevaluating it, but at least at one point they have approved it. So it means that the opportunity is there. But at least it's important that they got approved. And the reason that that's a valuable thing is because that would mean that this new liquidity could totally take this asset back up to all-time highs. And I go to Bitcoin right away because it's in a lot of these ETFs, right? So it's going to gain a lot more liquidity as more ETFs are being approved for BTC, right? So like, look at this. Right now, we only need a small push of about 4% to beat the previous all-time highs. That's how close we are to the all-time highs area. And you guys, we have broken above this resistance that's been there for a long time. And we are currently in this uptrend that we're following through. So realistically, this bull run should continue, specifically if we can regain these all-time highs. And look at this volatility and what it's caused to the rest of the market. We've got Ethereum all the way up to roughly $4,106. You guys, that's 1,000 away. It's about 800 away from all-time highs. Look at that. That is just 18% away from all-time highs. Just a couple of days ago in a video, we were talking about us being down here and how we needed 100% or something. And pretty sure we did it here and we still needed like 80%. So this is awesome. Actually, exact number 70%. This is awesome that we're so close. The one negative is we are creating again another low. It needs to create a high for us to assume that it is still on its big uptrend. Same thing with Solana. Solana just beat $206, right? And Solana made a new all-time high, not all-time high. It made a new recent high, which in tail means that the downtrend has not begun. Unlike Ethereum. Same thing with XRP. This is also making a new higher high, right? And XRP actually beat its all-time highs, right? So as these things continue to come up like this and assets keep getting approved for ETFs like this, we are going to see the market continue on an uptrend. And what you don't want to do is miss out on positions. If you're a day trader like me, what I'm going to recommend is you use BTCC. And if you're like me and you like to capitalize on the market consistently, there's a couple of ways to do that. My favorite way is to day trade the market. And you can see just on like a 3-minute time frame, you guys, that's a 3.68% in 16 hours. Hell, you don't even have to catch that, right? You could be catching, for example, here along just off of these supports, right? This is a support. That's under 30 minutes of 0.85% movement. And what I like to do is use higher leverage with lower margin so that I can make profit on that margin. Like in this example here, out of $124 in margin, we made $132 in the trade. And that was in an under 25, 30-minute move. That's the value of day trading. I do have my BTCC link below. The benefit to that, you guys, is they're giving us a deposit bonus. So anything you deposit up to 100K, you do get a 10% deposit bonus. And you can use that to trade right away. It'll have it right there under trading funds, and it makes it super duper duper easy to play and trade with. So I definitely recommend you at least check that out. The link is below. Makes it super duper easy to day trade. It's my favorite thing to use. Also, if you're a swing trader, it's a really, really simple way to do it. What you just don't want to do right now is not be playing with the market because you don't want to miss out on the next bull run or at least the next leg up. I mean, you guys think about this. In the last 6 days, Bitcoin, the biggest asset, to reach all-time highs has moved 14.10%. At a 100x leverage, that is a 14x on whatever you have in margin. So if your margin's 1,000, that's $14,000 in 6 days. And you could have caught this with this bounce on this trend line that it's been following for a long time. We're still waiting for it to just break through this trend line, right? We're just waiting for it to break through. Same thing with like this type of trend line. You could have shorted here, and even right now you'd be up 2%. To the bottom of it, you'd be up 3%. And if you just got that first catch, it's under 15 hours. So it's still classified as a swing trade. Make sure you subscribe if this video helped. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.